Well, it feels long overdue, but we finally have a bug fix patch for the semi-disastrous 7.7.0 update. If you don't know already, in 7.7.0, DBD upgraded from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, and while this was the right thing to do, it caused a lot of bugs. There are breaking changes between the two engines, and DBD is a codebase that's been worked on for over 8 years now. Some stuff was bound to slip through Q&A testing. Q&A testing? QA testing, what? I think we need to keep level-headed here and remember that while the update was rough, it was probably substantially worse initially until they fixed everything during the transition. I bet those dev builds were close to unplayable. Anyway, here are the changes. So the Chaos Shuffle modifiers content is now in the game and will be opening on May 16th. Ultimate Weapon now correctly positions its effect from the locker's position rather than the killer's position. I'm a bit confused by this one because that wasn't its effect in the PTB and then they reverted it but said they'd made it based on the locker position, but I guess they just didn't do that. This looks like a whole change from what they initially said it was. I don't understand this, but whatever, it's sorted now. In terms of bug fixes, we've got a lot. Obviously, that's the point of a bug fix patch, but here are, in my opinion, the most important ones. The Huntress's Inhuman Brute cosmetic no longer sets your sounds to be too quiet. This is a massive one, because some of the sounds, like her winding up a hatchet, just straight up were not audible by survivors, making this pretty much a pay-to-win skin. But no more, so sorry to everyone who bought it with that in mind. The rubber banding issue when moving has potentially been fixed. Victor once again glows red when he's crushable, can no longer be recalled sooner than 30 seconds after latching onto a survivor, and can no longer latch onto survivors with endurance. The nurse is once again able to be pallet stunned, which is an amazing thing to read. I didn't even realize that was a thing. I played against nurse several times during this update and hadn't even noticed, but actually, come to think of it, I think, I kept stunning her and she would move back behind the pallet. Very weird. Anyway, that's fixed. Toolboxes are no longer infinite when using potential energy. Another, this should have been fixed sooner, but it's there now, so that's good. Every single one of these environment/map changes are important and fix something or other. I'm not just going to read them out, but pretty much every map-specific issue that I've run into while playing 7.7.0 has been fixed, so that's good. And finally, the bright flashes issue has definitely been fixed. It was tentatively fixed in 7.7.0a, but this is a definitive, it's fixed, you can play again statement. There's a few more things that I don't think are of as high importance. If you want to check them out, you can via the link in the description to the full patch notes. What do you think of this update? I think it took way too long to release, but understand they're prepping for a PTB very shortly, and that most dev focus is likely on that, but even so, some of these issues were game-breaking and needed to be fixed faster, especially the bright flashes one, as that was potentially fatal to people with photosensitive epilepsy. It's just not something that they should have to worry about while playing their favourite game, is it? I do one of these every time a new update comes out, so if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. As always, a big thank you to my patrons, Nova Keck, Sylvan, Jinx Likes Magic, Lilith, Alucard, and channel manager, Chipstar878, along with YouTube members Jinx Likes Magic, Nova, Howsy, Chipstar878 again, and Meme Lord. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.